We are following breaking news on CBS Colorado. A former Littleton bus aide just pled guilty to multiple charges involving child abuse.
Kiara Jones was caught on video punching a 10-year-old boy with autism. She was arrested in April of 2024. Now, the victims' families are holding a news conference as we speak. Let's go ahead and listen in.
A step towards accountability and a step closer to justice and safety for our community. Ms. Jones' actions were not just criminal, they were cruel. And she's lived in the world with us for the past 2 years. And so today, by pleading guilty, she's acknowledged the harm. She's acknowledged that she's liable for 10 felonies and 2 misdemeanors for harming 3 10-year-old nonverbal boys with autism, and that's a significant step as far as criminal justice goes.
Yeah, this is nearly 2 years coming, and so when she's finally sentenced in March, what are the families asking for as far as the prison time?
The families are asking for the maximum sentence under the law. What Ms. Jones subjected them to wasn't just 2 years ago. It's an ongoing battle, and it's something that their families and their children live with every single day. So what justice looks like for the families is really the maximum sentence under the law.
Can we stop for 1 second? We need to adjust a mic real quickly. Interference on frequencies. Give us a quick second, please.
Whose mic is this one right
Do
here?
we need to start again?
That's mine.
I just need you to move it because it's right next to mine. It's interfering with mine. Will that stay?
That'll work.
Try that.
How's that? Is that better? Sorry
Yeah.
about that. It's okay.
Do we need to start again, or you guys go?
No, you're good. Just give us a quick second. We're checking frequencies. Okay.
Yeah, much better. Thank you.
Okay. Continue. Thank you.
What's the max that we're looking at here? I understand it might be up to 7 years. That might be the issue.
It really depends on how the judge sentences it, whether it's going to run consecutively, the sentences, or at the same time. So we estimate 5 to 7 years, but it could certainly be more.
What was your reaction when you heard that there was a plea deal coming?
Our reaction was, it's about time. This has been 2 years where she's not taken accountability, not acknowledged the very heinous acts that she inflicted on these boys. And so this came, at the 9th hour, and we're certainly grateful that it finally came.
And to that point, when you say it's about time, can we talk to one of the parents maybe who would speak to us? If you could step up to the microphone and please say your name loud and clear and spell it and how you're associated with the case, please.
I'm Kevin Yarbrough, Kevin Yarbrough.
Speak a little louder.
I'm a father to Hunter, one of the boys that was abused during this process.
Your reaction when you heard a plea deal was coming your way, Mr. Yarbrough?
Mixed emotions, to say the least. It's frustrating. My son is not able to speak, so I feel like my job as a father to be able to represent him in court. So it is frustrating. That being said, I'm happy the next step in this process is going forward. I'm happy after 2 years of delays, she was able to finally take some accountability of what she's done to our kids. So frustrated, but I suppose a sense of relief at the same time.
If you could look in her eyes right now, which you could perhaps at sentencing, what would you tell her to her face?
I'm not sure there's too much I could say, to be honest with you, because I don't think she fully understands what she has done to our kids. I think 2 years of delays of dragging the family through what they've done, or what they've had to go through, kind of proves that she doesn't quite understand what she has done to our kids. So, I would let her know just the size of what she has done, of the actions and what she's done to our kids.
And your children are still impacted today.
Most definitely. Yeah.
Talk about that.
Each one of us have kids that get scared every time they see a school bus driving by. That my son still walks with a limp from what she did to my kid. So this is going to be a lifelong process. And this is not just her. This process is not done. There was obviously a lot of failures and accountability, systemic failures, and we want more people to be held accountable for what happened here today. So in our opinion, this is not done. This is not over. We are going to make sure those people are held accountable. This should not have lasted as long as it did.
Is there another parent who'd be willing to speak to us as well? Jess?
Sure.
And again, if you please say your name and spell it, please,
Yep.
and how you're associated with the case.
Jessica Vestal, Jessica, Vestal, Vestal, and I am mom to Dax.
What's going through your mind today after hearing that she took this plea deal?
It was a little dicey there at the beginning because she was 15 minutes late coming into court. We've always been kind of worried that we would get near the end and she would stop showing up. But the DA prepped us well for this plea agreement. Like Kevin said, it is frustrating that we don't get that that day in court, so to speak, to kind of put on display what our kids have had to go through for everyone to see. And I think that was kind of her motivation to take a plea, is to avoid that public shame, not because she suddenly has felt remorse or the need to be accountable for her actions. I think the window of time was closing for her, and this was the last option that she had. I am, however, grateful that the DA accepted her request for this plea because it removes her ability to appeal. So while we have other rabbits to chase down in terms of other people who are accountable for not reporting abuse when they first saw it, at least this issue will be over with her, and she won't be able to turn around and go to the appellate courts to prolong it.
In addition to those feelings, were you thinking about your child this morning as you were sitting in there, and kind of what were those emotions like?
Yeah, you know, between the things that the kids have all experienced with the abuse, today was their first day back at school from winter break. And, you know, most people have to kind of prep their kids' teachers like, oh, he doesn't really like carrots or things like that, or he didn't sleep well this morning. We have to let our kids' teachers know what we noticed is triggering them lately. What things seem to be kind of on the forefront of their minds in terms of the trauma that they experience. So obviously our kids are always on our minds, but it being his first day back at school and the day that she finally says the words guilty in court is kind of a bittersweet morning.
How does it feel to hear her say the words guilty?
It didn't really do anything for me. Like I said, there's no world that I believe that she feels sorry for what she did. All of her behavior throughout inflicting the abuse, there was never an ounce of I'm sorry. All through these court proceedings, the only time she's ever cried was the first day when she was arrested and today. So it's never when anyone is talking about the abuse that's happened or going over the details or us speaking in court, letting her know and the court know what our kids are going through because of her choices. It's always about how this is affecting her. So her saying I'm guilty doesn't matter to me. When she is arrested and taken out of the courtroom in handcuffs, that will feel much better than today did.
And we've been listening to parents of some of the victims of Kiara Jones after she pled guilty to 12 charges, 10 felonies and 2 misdemeanors. We were just listening to Jessica Vestal. She said that she's mom to Dax. And you know, she was talking about what it felt like when she heard the guilty plea. And she said she believes that Kiara Jones pled guilty due to fear of public shame and not really due to remorse. This has been going on for about 2 years now. And she said that the kids, and this is the sad part, is still dealing with the trauma and are still triggered by certain things. One of the parents was talking about being triggered by seeing a school bus. And so they're still dealing with some of the trauma from what happened on that bus. Yeah,
that's what we heard from Kevin Yarborough, the parent who you heard from earlier, the father there. He's the parent to Hunter, who is one of the boys affected here. He said also that this 2-year delay of this court case, getting to this point of this guilty plea, proves, according to him, that this still being affected to the families and to the kids, who, as you mentioned, still afraid of going onto the school bus and still affected by what happened here. So again, Kiara Jones pleading guilty. The former Littleton bus school aide will continue to follow this story and bring you updates all throughout the morning and throughout the day right here on CBS Colorado. We'll be right back.